Let's start with our prayers. You can repeat after me. Ishvara Parama Krishna
Ishvara Parama Krishna
Sachidananda Vigraha
Nanda Vigraha
Anadir Adir Govinda
Anadiradir Govinda
Sarva Karana Karanam.
Sarvakarana Karanam.
So the meaning to meditate on so that we can get more faith in the scripture what we are reading, because that's given by Krishna. So let's understand more about Krishna's nature. Krishna is the supreme personality of the Godhead, supreme controller, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. He is the embodiment of three features: Sat, eternality; Chit, knowledge; and Ananda, bliss. Anadir Adir Govinda, he is the most primeval Lord. There is nobody before him or nobody equal to him. He is the most primeval Lord. He is named as Govinda. Govinda has two meanings. One is one who takes care of the cow's go. Go has a second meaning, that senses, one who is the controller of the senses. So two meanings, Govinda. So Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. There is no cause for him because he is the cause of all causes. Very important. When we know all these things, at least knowledge wise, may not be realization wise, yet we are not there maybe, but we will get some faith, some more faith to understand or to make an attempt to understand what he is saying. So we started with introduction. In introduction we discussed about whole of this Mahabharat's preamble, like who is Dhritarashtra, who are Kauravas, who are Pandavas, what is Kuru dynasty, what is the position of the great grandfather, what is the position of the teacher, what is the position of Mother Kunti, previous history of Pandu, everything we understood. And then in the first chapter it was about Arjuna Vishada Yoga, how Arjuna was not in a mood to fight and wanted to give up fighting. He was not happy to fight. Arjuna Vishada Yoga, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. That's what was his condition. And in the second chapter we had a detailed understanding on the very principal subject matter of Bhagavad Gita, that is, we are not the body, we are the soul. Very detailed. Soul is like this, soul is like that, soul is like this. Overall the understanding is soul is eternal, body is temporary, or matter is temporary, and the features of the souls and the characteristics of the souls, and how we are not the body and we are the soul. Continuation to that was the second part, which was Buddhi Yoga, which is on the knowledge of knowing that we are not the body and we are the soul, how to act accordingly on the platform of being a soul is Buddhi Yoga. Detail. We did detailed class. Okay, let's go to the third chapter now. So you can note it down in your notebooks. Date today, third chapter, and the chapter name is Karma Yoga. I've already explained you, Bhagavad Gita is about yoga systems. And what is yoga? Yoga means, that comes from the base word yuj. Yuj means connection. Yoga means the process through which you connect. That's yoga. And there are different types of yoga systems to connect to the supreme truth and absolute truth. And one of the first discussed yoga system in Bhagavad Gita is Karma Yoga. Many people are attached to Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is something like what you sow, so shall you reap story. You all know that idiom, right? What you sow, so shall you reap. You know that or no? Sowing a seed, if you put a mango seed, you will get mango tree only. If you put another seed, you will get another tree only. Like if you do good activity, you will get good karma. If you do bad activity, you get bad karma. This is Karma Yoga. The result of what you are doing. If you do good, you'll get good. If you do bad, you'll get bad. Many are stuck in this karma yoga. The 3rd chapter of this Bhagavad Gita transcendental scripture starts with an inquiry of Arjuna. Arjuna is questioning to Krishna. Okay, 1st chapter, he was not ready to fight. 2nd chapter, 7th verse, 2.7, he has surrendered himself and he did a verse. कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढ चेता यत् श्रेयस्यां निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेहं साधि मां त्वं प्रपन्नम्. What did he say? I'm confused. I'm totally bewildered. I want to surrender unto you. Please let me know for sure what is good for me. Teacher and student relationship. And Krishna starts speaking. Krishna explains a lot about body and soul. In the 3rd chapter, Arjuna understands by 2nd chapter something. On that something he reflects and he starts speaking. Oh Krishna, why do you want me to engage in this ghastly warfare? Because Arjuna knows the consequences of the warfare. Arjuna knows that it's going to be more than 3rd World War, 2nd World War, how many killings, more than that. If you think that performing devotional service is the best, because we were talking about the 2nd part of the 2nd chapter being Buddhi Yoga, right? How to engage ourselves being on the concept of or the fact of being souls. So then Arjuna is understanding that, okay, if you are saying that devotional service is better than any other pious or impious activities, then why you are asking me to engage in this war? I'm confused. Krishna is not giving the equivocal instructions, but Arjuna understood it as an equivocal instruction. Krishna is not saying the war and the devotional service separately. Arjuna is seeing these two things as extremely two different opposite things. So this is the misunderstanding of Arjuna. This is not the confusion created by Krishna. Arjuna did not understand the concept properly. It starts with a question. Arjuna asks Krishna that, why are you asking me to engage in this ghastly warfare when you have already told me that devotional service is better than any pious or impious activities? Please tell me for sure. Again, 2.7 ending statement. Please tell me for sure what is more beneficial for me. Is it to stop everything, or is it to proceed in the way you are saying? Now let's try to understand what are these ambiguous, equivocal instructions what Krishna talked to Arjuna before this 3rd chapter. Why did this even confusion arise for Arjuna? In the first part of the 2nd chapter, Krishna explains about the distinction between the soul and body. Yes, Arjuna kind of convinced that it's Arjuna's duty to fight. In an underlying instruction is that a person is soul and not the body. Soul is eternal, body is temporary. Soul is indestructible, body is perishable. The soul does not die when the body dies. So Arjuna need not lament for the body. That part is clear, right? In the 2nd part of the 2nd chapter, Krishna elaborates on a topic called Buddhi Yoga, which is devotional service. Krishna instructed Arjuna to keep all these pious, impious activities according to what mind says aside and simply perform the devotional service. Now Arjuna is confused whether he has to fight in the battlefield or refrain from the fighting. In addressing this ambiguity of Arjuna, Krishna again elaborately explains the topic of karma, the topic of action in this Karma Yoga chapter, how fighting in the battlefield and Buddhi Yoga, what Krishna has explained in the 2nd part of the 2nd chapter, are non-different. Ardhamotundara. If these things Arjuna is saying separately, Krishna is saying these two things are same. Now he starts explaining in detail about this karma. Many people are confused and many people are convinced that karma is better than dharma. No, if you don't know what is dharma, what is your nature, then you cannot perform your karma properly. Performing karma without understanding your dharma is very incomplete and sometimes detrimental. But when you perform your karma on the basis of dharma, then everything will be fruitful. So which is the priority is dharma, not karma. Anyhow, not too much to confuse. Every action has a reaction. Yes or no? Yes, Niyati, every action has a reaction. You talk lovingly to mom, mom makes nice food. You talk very, very, very arrogantly to mom, or very not happy mood, then mom might not make good food. Mom will say, it's okay, whatever is there, Papu Annam from morning, you eat that only. How many times I have to make? So every action has a equal and opposite reaction. There are two kinds of activities. One is pious activities, yes, and one is sinful activities, good and bad, yes. The pious activities are called punya karma, and the sinful activities are called papa karma. So when you do punya karma, the reaction for that punya karma is good reaction, which is enjoyment, yes. When you do papa karma, the result is bad reaction, that is suffering. In the way we can relate to good karma and bad karma while performing or while taking up the results is through either enjoyment or suffering. Agreed? Yes. If you do good, you have to enjoy. If you do bad, then you have to suffer. That's the law of nature. In order to experience either of it, whether it is enjoyment or suffering, we need to have a body. Yes, we talked about this golden shackles, iron shackles. Shackles are shackles. Anyhow, we have to be in the prison house. Similarly, so in order to enjoy the results of the pious activity you do, or in order to take the punishment for the bad activities you do, either way, you need to have a body. That leads to repetition of birth and death cycle again and again. Therefore, to conquer this birth and death, one has to become free from material bondage. One should be free from the reactions. What is this, Mataji? You just told us that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. If we do good, still we get to come here. If we do bad, still we get to come here. Then how can we escape from this cycle of birth and death? How can we escape from this material bondage? How should we do some activity which is free of any reactions? Lord Krishna says, how? Simply by avoiding the work, one cannot become free from reactions. That's what Arjuna is saying. I will not fight for my right. I will just leave it, then I will not incur any sin. No. Simply by avoiding the work, one cannot get freed from the reactions. Because in this material body, being in this material world, everybody is helplessly forced to work. We cannot escape from work. Now what we have to do is choosing what kind of work we have to do. What is this helplessly working, Mataji? If I don't want to work, I won't work. Who will force me to work? No one can refrain from doing something, not even for a single moment. Always acting. Oh, Mataji, how about the lazy people, Mataji? I see in my class some lazy people. They don't do anything. They simply sit and at one place, no activities, nothing they will perform. Neither with their body. But one's mind is always busy. You cannot stop the mind to be lazy. You cannot shut the mind. Mind never stops working. So no one can be situated without working. The breathing activity, it's a work. Who lives without breathing? How does breathing happen? One is working for breathing. Those sleeping, our breathing goes on. That means we are working. And when we are breathing, there is a lot of karma we take, left and right. Lot of organisms go inside, lot of organisms come outside, lot of organisms lively go inside, lot of organisms deadly come outside. Lot of things happen. Hold on 1 second, let me read this call. Okay. Oh no, I have to put my video in. Okay. So lot of things happen. So no one can be situated without working. Remember this. Breathing is an activity, thinking is an activity, continuous activity. Who say that, oh, we are not working, they are pretenders. everything is working. Their consciousness is working, their mind is working, their thought process is working, their tummy is digesting, they are feeling hungry, they will eat. The mind is continuously engaged in sense gratification, sense enjoyment, how to make the life more and more comfortable. So Krishna says it is better to act properly instead of not acting. Action is must, you cannot avoid. So when action is must, then instead of acting whimsically with whatever thinking that this is right or wrong, we have to have a better approach of working. We know action is must. Now the next thing what we have to think about is what kind of action I have to do. We cannot even maintain our physical body without working. A person doesn't get from a place. How many days he will sit there like that? How he will use bathroom? How he will take shower? And if he doesn't use bathroom and shower, how filthy he will be? So he's working. He has to work. Krishna now explains the method of working without bounded by the reactions. Mataji, this is tricky. One side you are saying that there isn't things what you cannot do without reaction. There isn't anything that which you cannot do without reaction. We have to get into this reaction, either good or bad. On the other side, you are saying that we can do the actions without having any bondage or bounded by any reaction. So when you do the work to satisfy yourself or your senses or your things like I and mine, you and yours, either you do an activity to satisfy yourself or to satisfy others. Satisfy means lot of words. Your needs, your thoughts, your mind, your body, your senses. It includes everything. Satisfy means it's not like always sense gratification. Even the needs also come under satisfaction. So when you are doing anything for your satisfaction or so-called your satisfaction, nenu na vallu, వాళ్ళ satisfaction కోసం, for their satisfaction, for those satisfying our own senses and other senses, when you do, that is obviously meant to have a reaction. But when you do it for the satisfaction of the source of everything, sarva karana karanam, source of everything. Oh, Mataji, we understood Krishna is the supreme personality of the Godhead. We understood he is the source of all sources. Now you are saying we have to do our actions to satisfy him. He is not satisfied. You just said that he is Satchidananda, he is eternal, he is always happy, he is always knowledgeable. Then what is the need to satisfy him? He doesn't have a need for us to satisfy him. We have a need to satisfy him because we don't want to enter into this material world again and again. It is something introduced new to us other than so-called I and mine, to protect us, to save us, to get us out of this material world. When you do something to please the senses and to please the source of everything, then you are not attached to that activity or the results of activity. So listen carefully, as long as you are not attached to the work what you are doing, as long as you are not attached to the results of the work what you are doing, you will not get the reactions for that work. Got it? Mataji, I got a nice beautiful saree for my mom. To get that saree, I had to steal the saree from some place. I'm not doing it for my satisfaction, but I'm doing it for my mom's satisfaction. Will I get the karma for stealing? Of course. You're not doing it for the one who is the source of everything. You are doing it for one who you think is yours. If there is an enemy, the enemy says, I want the teeth of an elephant. You will go, risk your life, go to the forest, kill the elephant, get the tusk of the elephant and give it to the enemy? No. So you do the things for the people whom you think are yours. That is sense gratification again. So how to act for Krishna, for Vishnu, for the source of everything. Yes, it can be done. The work has to be done as a sacrifice. Sacrifice in the not mundane terminology. Sacrifice means I'm not into my comfort zone. I'm not doing this for myself. I can do it for myself, but I'm not doing. I can eat this mango. I also like mango, but I'm giving this for my sister because she likes it more. It's a sacrifice, right? So I can do this all work for my enjoyment, but I'm not doing it. I'm doing it as a sacrifice to Lord Vishnu because I understand that he is the source of everything, and by doing it as a sacrifice to Vishnu, I will not get any sin or any reactions. It's important. Therefore, any work that is done as a sacrifice to Lord Vishnu will not cause any bondage. Working in Krishna consciousness helps one to be free of all reactions. Then Mataji, where is the inspiration? Where is the motivation to work? If I study hard, work hard to get good results, those good results are my motivation. When people say that Niyati works so hard, what are these all graduation parties? Is a motivation, is an inspiration. Wow, she did so great, or wow, they did so great. Wow, they have done full 1 year or full 3 years or full 4 years of dedicated work, right? Krishna is not befitting us to take all those things. Krishna is saying it's okay, it's norm to have a graduation from the pre-kindergarten to whatever the bigger posts you get or designations you get. But the thing is, you should not get attached to those designations because they are false designations. How to dovetail, Mataji? Everybody is saying, Niyati, you did a good job, and I feel like I did a good job. I spent so much of nights without sleeping, and I prepared for my exams, and now I'm getting the result, and when somebody is appreciating, why shouldn't I take the appreciation? Yes, you can take the appreciation, but you should not get attached to that appreciation, and that should not be motivation for you to work, because that work is not reaction free work. And how can it get reaction free work is by meditating on the fact that there are n number of children who worked more than you or who worked equally to you, but they are all did not get their mercy. They all did not get their fruit. And why did you get? Who is doing the activity? Who is giving the impetus to act? Who is giving the empowerment for you to act? Who gave you the good health to act? Who gave you the intelligence to act? Who gave you the knowledge to act? 15.15 Bhagavad Gita says, Matta Smritir Jnanam Apohanam Cha. I am the giver of the knowledge. I am the giver of the memory. I am giving the remembrance. I am giving the forgetfulness. Everything comes from me. Oh, I say, Mataji, మనం చేసింది ఏం లేదా దాంట్లో? We did not do anything. No, you were an instrument. And you are fortunate to be that instrument. Your action is there. But the impetus to act is Krishna. If you go to the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, when we do in detail, he says that I am the ability in the able person. The ability to work in that way, the ability to read in that way, the ability to present in that way, everything comes from Krishna. So you don't take the proprietorship, you don't take the ownership. It's from him which is coming. Contrary, a thief is stealing something. Where does he get energy from? It's also from Krishna. There is no other source. Ye yathavam prapadyante. The way you ask Krishna something, the Krishna gives in that way. Oh Mataji, I never asked Krishna anything about my studies. I did it my own. Your desire being in this human body to work hard in that field is your attachment to the nature. 3 modes of material nature are there: mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, and these 3 are always guided by the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Your inclination. The atheistic person also gets his everything from Krishna, though he doesn't even believe in Krishna or Vishnu or God, because that's the only source. So we have to realize. Then Krishna explains about the position of the devotees who are free from these kinds of reactions. Like one who is a devotee, who is not attached to the either activity or the results. What is his position? How does he feel? How does he dovetail in such a way so easily? Let's start with the basic thing. Eating prasadam only. The food that has to be offered as a sacrifice to Lord Vishnu. This is the cycle of sacrifice. Let's put this cycle of sacrifice, okay? In the Karma Yoga chapter it is explained. All the living entities subsist on the food grains, basically food grains, yes? And that food grains are produced from the rain. Without rain, food grains cannot be produced. Natural process I'm talking. Not talking about this. I don't want to use that language, but all commercial, all artificial, all conditioned things. Nothing is pure. But anyhow, food grains are produced from rain. Rains are produced by the performances of sacrifice. Mataji, I am not doing any sacrifice. You are not doing. There are many yogis who are doing these yajnas and sacrifices to please the demigods. Then demigods in charge of this Indra, Chandra, Vayu, everything are giving their mercy in the form of rain, sunlight, moonlight. Moonlight is needed, to get the juice in the vegetables, to get the taste in the vegetables. Without the moonlight, the vegetables will be rotten taste. You need moonlight. So every particular section in the creation has a major role to play for our existence in this material world. The performances of yajna is very, very important. There are a lot of sages who continuously perform yajnas and sacrifices which we don't know about. And due to the results of those yajnas, every nice seasons, 4 seasons, 5 seasons you see in America are happening nicely. How does this dry wood trunks again nicely become in summer like bushy trees and everything? It looks like a miracle. It looks like a miracle. A body which is gone, who has become a trunk, can again nicely become nice body, like 16 years old body, and then rotten at the age of 90. Can it again become 16 years? Not possible. But here it is possible with the trees which we can see and realize that it is Krishna's mercy. And where is this yajnas born out of? It's born out of the prescribed duties. What are the prescribed duties? These prescribed duties are mentioned in the Vedas. That Vedas is the one which is given by Krishna himself. Krishna says, Vedaischa sarvar ahameva vedyar. I am the result to be understood from all the Vedas. I am the compiler of the Vedas. I am the essence of the Vedas. I am the result of all the Vedas which everybody has to come to conclusion of. Lord Vishnu is present in each and every sacrifice. Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna is the personal beneficiary of all sacrifices. We cannot become the beneficiary. We cannot become like, I am the enjoyer. Because everything comes from them. So they are the enjoyers. He is the only master. All the devatas are called so-called 60 crores, 65 crores, whatever name it. All the demigods are working under Krishna with the pleasure of serving him. They are appointed by Krishna as managers in different fields. You take the section of air, you take the section of water, you take the section of sunlight, you take the section of nature, something like that. For a devotee who is worshipping the Lord, there is no need to separately worship these demigods. It is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita that the quench, the thirst of a water of one person who is going to go to the well and dig the water, that can be even served when you go to the bigger piece of water like an ocean or something. So Krishna is the root water. All the things will water automatically. You go and keep spraying with the spray bottle water to the bud won't blossom unless it gets the nutrition from the root. So that root is Krishna. There is no need for the devotees to separately worship the demigods. Because when you water the root, the process nourishes the whole body. By Krishna consciousness process, the body and soul both are nourished. Not only our past sinful things are destroyed by doing Krishna consciousness, but body is also completely immunized for these material contaminations. The body will not, after some time, accept these material conditioned things. It will reject. You can talk to your mom. She will explain you more how things happen, how changes happen, how she used to like something before and now she is not liking it. Many things. Our body will get immunized, our mind will get immunized, our soul will get proper feed. We won't get really resistant to the actions, but we will get resistant towards the results of the actions to be attached to us. అర్థమైందా? పనులు ఆగిపోవు. మీ మమ్మీ మళ్ళీ వర్క్ చేస్తారు, మీ మమ్మీకి జాబ్ వస్తుంది, వెళ్తారో లేదా తర్వాత విషయం. కానీ if she is working also, still she can be Krishna conscious because she is not either attached to the work or the results of the work. She is taking the shelter of Shastra, she is taking the shelter of Vedas, proper direction of Vedas. I think I gave you that example before, but who is the right authority to tell you who is your father? Actually, your mother. You say, I don't believe in my mother. So what you will do? You'll keep on doing DNA tests for the whole world, men of that age. Can you do it? Is it in your capacity? 8.4 million species, out of that these many million species of human beings, out of that these many men, out of that these many aged men of your fathers. No, it's not possible. It's not possible. You have to believe the authority. So Vedas are like the authorities. Vedas are like our mother who is saying that Krishna is the supreme father. State government, central government, there is an authority, right? The same way there is Vedas, scriptures, Shastras are our authority for the human life. These are not authority for the animal life, because animals don't even understand. Even that knowledge is there, they cannot understand. It's a detailed procedure from the Vedas. So therefore it is prescribed to perform in this Kali Yuga, there are 4 yugas we already discussed. In this Kali Yuga, Sankirtan Yajna means the chanting of the holy name is the prescribed method through which you can build Krishna consciousness, Vishnu consciousness, God consciousness. What is this consciousness, Mataji? Consciousness is the feeling that which makes us know our identity, who we are, how we are connected to the source, and how to re-establish that connection with the source. Why should we know all these things? The purpose of performing sacrifice Vishnu is to attain self-realization. So we have to perform the sacrifices. Sacrifices is not like yajnas, putting the fire. Yeah, it is also a method, but it is not like that. Sacrifices means sacrificing the material conditioning and trying to get back to the eternal original consciousness of us, of who we are. Because ultimately the human life is meant for self-realization. What is SELF, capital letters, quote and quote, self mean? Self means our identity. What is our identity? Our identity is not Nayati, our identity is not Ishita, our identity is not Sandhya or Shweta or anything like that. Our identity is we are part and parcel of Krishna. We are part and parcel of a whole, and that whole is supreme. Sarva Karana Karanam. And one who is completely self-realized that I am part and parcel of some higher authority, higher source, and how to relate back to that source, for him other obligations doesn't matter, other duties doesn't matter, karma kandic procedures doesn't matter. Krishna gives an example of Janaka Maharaj. He is one of the Mahajans. There are 10 Mahajans who are exemplary for us. You know all Mother Sita, right? Janaki or Sita. Janaki's father is Janaka Maharaj. He is self-realized. But what position he was in? He was a kingly position. Yes, he was a king of Janakapuri. Being a king, I think you are stuck. Your internet. I cannot see you. Yeah, now back. Okay, so Janakapuri, he was a king of Janakapuri. This Janaka king, he is mentioned to be a perfect devotee. How come, Mataji, he is a king, he has to do all these activities and all, he has to go for the fight and all? No, still he was an exemplary, because he was not attached to his kingly post or kingly duties or the results of kingly duties actions. Being a kshatriya also, one can be a devotee of the Lord, non-attached to everything. Being a Vaishya also, being a Shudra also, being a Brahmana also. Yad yad acharati shreshtas. Why did Janaka be a king instead of sitting somewhere and chanting? Because he has to be an exemplary personality, saying that for to become a devotee, for to realize the self, we need not be exclusively in the position of solituding ourselves and just sitting somewhere and doing all these things. No, performing our duty, karma yoga, that's the real karma yoga. Acting without attachment is real karma yoga, and that real karma yoga, more details we will be seeing in the 5th chapter after knowing the 4th chapter of transcendental knowledge. Teacher student, that relationship is very important. Yad yad acharati shreshtas. When teacher does good, students learn good. Students can't learn good when teacher says something and do something. Acharya means one who teaches by example, ideal teacher. Morals, ethics, and the spirit, which is our identity, that has to be explained. A king is a teacher, a father is a teacher is a teacher. These are people who have natural dependence on them. These all people should be conversant with the shastric knowledge and should be able to act according to that knowledge. So the karma yoga conclusion says, therefore, Arjuna, surrendering all kinds of your works unto me with full knowledge of me. Krishna says this clearly. Surrender all the work unto me. I am giving you the work, of course, but when you are acting, don't take that proprietorship or ownership mentality. Because you are taking this proprietorship and ownership mentality, you are feeling that you are committing a sin. But when you think that you are performing this activity for me, then you will not incur any sin. So surrender all the work unto me with full knowledge of me. Don't surrender unto me because I am saying, know me by full, that who I am. So he is introducing the topic of I am the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. When you work for me, there won't be any reactions. Get up, become free from lethargy and fly and fight. No proprietorship, no feeling of I have to enjoy. Krishna explains in what consciousness Arjuna has to act. The consciousness should be that the enjoyer of my activity, the enjoyer or the results of my activity should be only the source of everything, which has given me this energy to work in this way, this knowledge to work in this way, this intelligence to work in this way. The general instruction is, who follow the teachings of Krishna and act, they become free from all bondage. Got it? In simple. Who work for Krishna or who work for Vishnu? How do we know I am working for Krishna or Vishnu? Simple. If you are attached to the work or the results of the work, that means you are working for yourself. If you are not attached to the result of the work, or if you are not attached to the work itself, then you are free from the bondage. It's not only that we want to be free from the bondage, mukti or moksha is becoming free from the bondage, but it's not just we are not stopping ourselves at 90%. We want the 100%. So we have to dovetail that credit to the source. When we do that, that's called buddhi yoga or the devotional service or bhakti yoga. Got it? Ultimate success is possible when one performs the action according to the principles of karma yoga. Else everything is completely ruined. Malli midi screen block ainatundira. Agipotundi screen madalo. You are coming back. Yeah, ipudu vachindi malli. Edo screen alla block avutundi. When the screen gets blocked, my focus it's hard for me to
low connection.
Yeah, Krishna is asked another important question by Arjuna at the end of this chapter. We are coming to conclusion. We have time, but yeah. Well, Arjuna at the end of the chapter, he is asking something else. By what? You're saying, Krishna, we should not do this. I understand. You are saying, Krishna, we should not do this in this way. I understand. Many of us understand that this is not the right thing to do. But we tend to do that way only. You're saying that by taking the ownership, by taking the proprietorship, I will be bound to the reaction and I have to again come back in this material world in the Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi cycle. I understand this. But still I am tend and helplessly sometimes feel that I am forced to do the actions which are not right. It happens in our life also. Like heroes with knowledge వచ్చింది రేపటి నుంచి మీరు అన్ని వదిలేసి ఓ కృష్ణ కోసమే నేను వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాను అని అనుకోరు కదా. It's like that. So what is that which is impelling us to go to the side which we know that it is not correct? What is that force that which takes us against my own interest? It's not that your mom didn't want to learn Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam 10 years back or 20 years back. She might have had the interest, but what was pulling her back from going towards that side? Now I'll introduce a word, very interesting word, important word in Bhagavad Gita. Lust. Lust. In the mundane material world, lust is the word which is used for sexual pleasure. But no, Bhagavad Gita teaches us a different and better perspective of understanding what is this lust. Krishna says clearly and directly to Arjuna on his doubt of what is making us to do the things in the way which we don't want to do, that it is lust only, Arjuna, which is the cause of all sinful reactions. What is this lust, Mataji? How we are relating lust here? So I'll give you a simple definition of lust according to Bhagavad Gita. There are two things. One is love, one is lust. The first one, love, is the love what you can experience when you connect everything to Krishna. Lust is the thing when you exclude the source of everything and want to do it for your own sense gratification. So anything you want to do independently of the source for your sense gratification, it's called lust. Something deep I will tell you. If you want to eat for your tongue satisfaction, it is lust. If you want to eat that because I have offered something wonderful to Krishna today, I am honoring it as prasadam or mercy, then it becomes love. If you buy an apple from the store and eat for your taste buds, it becomes lust. And when you, Mataji, that is lust? Yeah, that is lust. When you understand clearly, then only you can work on the principle of how to convert this lust to love. It's not hard. We will not miss anything. మీ మమ్మీ గిన్నె నిండా పులిహోర, గిన్నె నిండా మంచి వడ అవన్నీ చేసి దేవుడి ముందు పెడితే కృష్ణ won't eat half of the pulihora and half of the vada and give you back, right? Quantitatively it will not reduce, but qualitatively it will go to a higher spiritual level wherein your consciousness is offering that to Krishna. Krishna should eat pulihora, Krishna should eat vada, Krishna should eat chutney, Krishna should eat dosha. When somebody gets something to my home, I say that please don't offer it and get it. It's not like I don't believe in their offering, but I will say that please get it as bhoga so that my deities can also eat that. I mean, your deities, my deities, it is the same thing, but it is an attachment that my God can eat it because I am not able to bake and someone is able to make. I don't make very good sweets, I don't make very good baking items, so sometimes devotees make that they get it for my deities to offer little quantity, but they get it. When you go to the shop, suppose you like some fruit. My daughter likes lychee very much, used to like lychee very much, the fresh lychees, and they used to be super expensive now also, but at then they were super expensive, like $7 LB or something, and for LB we used to get this much only, and that goes so much of skin and insert such a big seed, and what is coming is only this much. So that one used to be very expensive. So whenever I see the fresh lychees in the farmers market or Indian stores, I used to pick them up for my daughter. But now the consciousness is different. Yes, my daughter is included, but when I see something fruit, what Radharani likes, what Krishna likes, what a flower, like I'm mad of flowers. I like flowers so much. I used to wear this much big pula dandalu in my hair, the jasmine, the kankambaram, everything when I used to go to college. And before college also, we used to have a big jasmine garden. And then after going from school, we used to wash our legs and hands and we used to eat something. And then we used to get from my mom 50 paisa. 50 paisa is what? Now I cannot even say you in dollar. $1 is 100 rupees almost. So I don't know how to calculate, but it is 50 paisa, very, very small thing. It's like not even 50 cents in a dollar, or you can think 50 cents in a dollar. We used to get that 50 paisa from my mom, 50 paisa, 1 rupee something, and we used to give to the gardener that money, and she used to give us a plastic transparent bag, equal size. Everybody gets the same bag. If you give 2 rupees, she'll give you 2 bags. If you give 1 rupee, like that. And then we used to go in the garden and then pluck those jasmines and fill the bag tightly with those freshly blossoming and freshly fragrant jasmines, and tightly pack that and show it to the lady that we got only 1 bag. We used to come home and open them all, because if they're too tight, they'll get bad. So and so. I'm mad for flowers. I like jasmines most, and kankambaram. But now whenever I see a fresh flower, beautiful flower, my mind immediately goes like, oh, this could be so beautiful in Krishna's pagadi. This should be so beautiful in Radharani's braid, like that. Consciousness shift to satisfy the source of everything. Like, it can be understood in a smaller way also. Like, if you eat something nice, oh, my mom should taste this, it came out so nice. Or my dad should taste this. Or something like that. If you enjoy something, if you go for a place of sightseeing with your friends and you see it so beautiful, immediately your loved ones come to your mind that they should have been there with you in that place, or we should make a family trip, like that. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna, it's only lust, Arjuna, which is making you like this. When this lust is very dangerous. What happens with the lust? Let me tell you. When this lust gets unsatisfied, it changes to anger. You want that for sure, but if you did not get, then you will be angry. Therefore Krishna says lust as all devouring sinful enemy of us. Lust means to enjoy separately from Krishna, to enjoy independently from Krishna. Krishna is not saying that after offering, don't eat, you'll get attached to the food, give everything to dana and dakshina. No, Krishna is saying eat, nicely eat. It will nourish your mind, it will nourish your soul, it will nourish your body, everything. Krishna is not saying get detached and become vairagi, I don't want food. Krishna is saying offer me and eat, it will become more precious, more useful. Lust is a big topic, and lust has to do nothing with others. Nobody is involved in lust. It's you, your mind, your senses, your gratification needs, all those things. Okay, Mataji, what are the degrees of those lusts? This all is described in 3rd chapter. I'm not going anyway deviating from 3rd chapter. I don't have time to include everything in 3rd chapter in 1 hour, but how can I deviate? But anyhow, when we got this topic of lust, are there any degrees of lust, Mataji? Is Niyati more lusty than me, or I am more lusty than my mom? Are there any degrees? Yes, there are degrees of lust. There are 3 degrees of lust. One is, the analogy is given like, as the fire is covered by smoke. When there is smoke, you might not relate, but we used to relate very much. Your parents would have related very much. In India, when we go to the villages, there used to be like fire camps. You have, right, here also fire camps wherein fire comes. When you see some smoke from somewhere, without fire, smoke doesn't come. There is fire inside the smoke. When you fan the smoke, the fire comes up. So the degree of covering of lust is compared, or the analogical understanding is given how the lust is covered over our consciousness. The degree is, minimum level is like fire by the smoke. Just by fanning, the fire will come up. Second one is mirror by the dust. When you see the mirror every day, okay, I'm good, 1 month good, 2 months good. If you don't clear the mirror, if your mom doesn't put the Windex and clear the mirror, your face will be not clear, but still you will see every day in the mirror and go, and that gets thicker and thicker and thicker. It takes time to clean the mirror. As far as you keep not cleaning, it gets harder to clean. So second level of thicker lust is mirror by dust. Third one is embryo by the womb. The womb protects the embryo so nice, right? Mother's womb, any mother's animal or human or any mother's womb protects the embryo very safely inside. Some knife stab to the outside skin also doesn't hurt the baby much if it is not deeper. So that is thicker. So thicker the consciousness is covered by the layers, it is hard to get out that lust. Got it, Niyati? Ishita? Originally consciousness is very, very pure, kids. But when we take birth in this material world, our consciousness gets covered by the lust because we want to enjoy separately from the source of everything. Very important point. And it is recorded. Whenever you want, you can listen this class. This lust can never be satisfied. Remember, through your external endeavors of satisfying the lust, it won't be satisfied at all. Lust is something like putting fuel in the burning fire. You have to put water in the burning fire to stop the fire, not the fuel like gasoline or something. It will get more. Suppose if you want a toy today, I want a toy, I want a toy, I want a toy. Okay, you got a toy. How much satisfied you are? You're not satisfied. After some time you want something else, something else, something else. So it is going to be like that. It is like an itch. Suppose you have an itch. Small, some eruption and there is an itch. You itch it. You feel satisfied. Wow, it's so nice feeling to itch. Somewhere in the back, you put comb or the back rubbing thing and you itch. Then you feel, and you keep on itching like that, keep on itching like that. The skin gets even teared sometimes. So this lust is so bad that it keeps on asking your attention and it is never satisfied. By trying to satisfy the lusty desires, you cannot get rid of this lust. It comes more and more and more. And now how to get free from this lust, Mataji, is knowing about the lust. If you want to clear some problem, you have to know about the problem first. Where does that problem come from? It is not coming from the external skin. The itch is coming because something is happening internally. So where does this lust reside? The lust is in the senses, the lust is in the mind, the lust is in the intelligence. Senses, mind and intelligence are the sitting places for this lust. Because of this lust, the real knowledge is covered and it bewilders a person and he becomes bereft of self-knowledge. His mind is not open for accepting the self-knowledge. Illusion of I and mine is a lust. Basically, lust means to enjoy something independent of Krishna, independent of the source, separately from the source, separated from the source of everything. Krishna says this lust has to be curbed at the beginning stages itself. Like you have a small plantling coming out of a seed, something you sow in the project of your science, and it is coming up and it is going like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Then you have to make it straight when it is a small plantling by giving it some support. If you don't make it small, then it will grow like this and it becomes a big tree, and then you cannot turn it and twist it. So you have to act on this lust from the starting stages only. When you know, today you are knowing what is lust, right? So you have to work from today how to dovetail this lust into love. It's not hard, and we are not losing anything. We are eating more samkhiyas, we are enjoying more nicely, and the value is more when you dovetail everything to Krishna or the source. Very dangerous lust. And what does this lust demand is the enjoyment. Enjoyment separately from Krishna. We cannot deny it completely, kids. Or same thing, like I listen the class today, tomorrow I have to stop my lust. It's not easy, but we have to regulate this lust. Regulating is important. Regulating in a restricted way. Regulating the senses in the way that slowly we can conquer the lust. How can we conquer the lust? The urge for us to acquire more knowledge about self, who we are, and what is the source of us, naturally will take away the lust. Love dominates lust. Let's understand the hierarchy. Last part, hierarchy. What is this hierarchy? How we will work with this lust? Let's understand the hierarchy of how our mind, how our intelligence, how our senses are in a proper way. So working senses, okay, working senses. The nose is working, the eyes is working, the ears are working, the hands are working, the legs are working. All these senses are superior to the dull matter. Yes, this hair is a dull matter. This hair is a dull matter. It doesn't have any sense of touch or feel or anything. Yeah, if you pull because it is connected to the skin is an active matter. But as such, so compared to that of the dull matter, the senses are superior. Now the mind is superior to the senses because mind has the power to control these senses. If you tell to mind that eating meat is wrong, eating a cow is wrong, drinking alcohol is wrong, the senses will listen. Yes? So mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is higher than the mind because mind is guided by the intelligence. Without intelligence, mind will not get any guidance. And on top of all these things is the soul, who we are. The soul is at a higher level than intelligence. Knowing oneself to be superior than the mind, superior than the intelligence, superior than the senses, one should steady this mind by devotional service. And the spiritual strength is the strength which will conquer the enemy of the lust. Spiritual sense, I am not saying that spirituality means Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha, Om Fat Swaha, Om Fat Swaha. That's a part of it. But spiritual consciousness is knowing that we are not this body, we are spirit. Nobody is body here which is living, everything is spirit. And that spirit has a source. We are Atma. Krishna is the Superman in Atmas. From him all these Atmas came. And there is something called Krishna sitting in our heart as Paramatma, that is super soul also. There are two things in the region of the heart. One is eating bird, one is watching bird. The watching bird is the super soul. And by understanding this concept of who we are, what is the source of us, the lust can be slowly curbed. Intelligence has to be sharpened by the bona fide shastric knowledge, which will give us spiritual intelligence, because that shastric knowledge has lot of history. What you are studying in your school, what's the curriculum given, has only point not 1% of history. But that what history we have from Vedas, what the history we have from Shastras is starting from Krishna. Krishna is not just 5,000 years back. Sometimes you may say that, oh, the history is from before that. No, Krishna is not just 5,000 years back when he came to Goloka. Krishna is Sanatana. Krishna is eternal. Before 5,000 years, before Krishna come, also life existed. So this knowledge is before even the life started existing. So this has more history. This has more authority. This has more bona fide authority. So this intelligence has to be sharpened by the proper knowledge, proper bona fide knowledge. We will not yield to the misdirection if we follow the mind and senses and intelligence which are guided by the Shastra. So Supreme Father is Krishna. Supreme authority is the knowledge given by the Krishna. And when we act according to this supreme knowledge and having full faith in the Supreme Father, our life can be meaningful. For you, it might look vague at this time, maybe little bit connecting for 10 minutes out of the 1 hour class, but it is needed. It is needed. We don't want to get into this trap of again and again of karma cycle. No, we have to get out of it by being in these material bodies. It is possible. Okay, so we are good with the time. We started at 7:15, now it's 8:15. So 1 hour perfect timing, third chapter, lot of information, kids. I know it's not easy to assimilate. Whatever I spoke now is not now. It's like 17 years of study. So I'm not expecting that everything has to go into you and you start implementing, working on it. But meditate on it. Think about it. Changes will come. Changes will come. Something you see nice. Mataji told that if our consciousness is like, this would look good on Krishna, this would make Krishna feel good, think, meditate. When you meditate, then things will manifest for you. Krishna is just waiting to come into your lives. He is in your lives, of course. For you to realize, it's just some wait time. Time is separating, but use that time properly. Nothing will stop. Whatever your activities are there, whatever your studies are there, whatever your interests are there, whatever your extracurricular activities are there, whatever your relationships are there, nothing is going to stop. Everything will be the same. But only the thing is, you will see them as the mercy of Krishna. That seeing everything as the mercy of the Supreme Source is itself a consciousness change. Okay, na? Is first class okay?
Yeah.
I'm not the best, but I give the best. The
process. It's gonna be like it.
Yeah, I am also like you guys only. I am also still learning. By teaching, by expressing myself through the Shastra, by repetition of the Shastra, I learn. Yeah. I'm always a student. A teacher is always a student. Unless she keeps learning, she cannot teach anything. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Let me stop.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Oh my God.